Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to the Pepe update today. 2 more days to close the private entry for January and on the Discord, and that's going to be pretty much it. All right, let's do another TA, another conversation. It has been sideways. We haven't seen too much progress, and to be very honest with you, that's okay. That's how the market is. So the next movement that is coming in is going to be on the first week of January. So I think that on January we're about to see the next big move. Now, of course, I am bearish, and I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm bearish. It's not because I'm looking at Pepe and saying, oh, Pepe is bearish. It's actually the whole market in general, right? If you go on and say that, oh, Pepe is bearish, Pepe is a bad coin, honestly, every other coin is pretty much on a bad terms with the market. We're looking at the market printing out those bearish movements and bearish patterns as well. Now, at the moment, again, back on the 4-hour time frame, I think we are pumping and we're making some sideways market, and this is nothing more than just a choppy market. So when you have a choppy market, all you have to do is ignore, right? And that's why I say go fishing. That the term comes in, that there's a reason for that term. Go fishing. It actually means that it's not worth it. It's not worth it for you to open long positions, short position, because look at what is happening. How many of you are trying to trade down here, and how many of you are getting stopped out? You're going down, you go up, you go down, you go up. Now, psychologically, it's my responsibility to tell you this, that the choppy market is, number one, it's a sideways price action, right? It's not a trending market. It's just a sideways market, boring market, as you may say. And the reason why psychologically they created a choppy market is that, number one, they may take a lot of stop losses. It becomes very hard for a trader to take any entry, because with one pump you think the market is good, with one drop you think the market is actually bad, and it happens like that over and over again. And let me tell you one thing, do you know that small drops make an ocean, right? It is just small raindrops that makes the whole ocean. So imagine that you're losing here, you're losing again, trading here and there, you're losing all the time. So these small drops, it's going to be $10, $20, and then you lose 20 times. That actually brings your portfolio down to $200 if you're trading and losing $10 with each trade, okay? And it goes for how much money you're using, right? So the only another psychological reason again is to confuse a lot of traders, to create doubt in a trader's mind if he is good enough or not, right? So you cannot fight with sideways market. It's not even a good idea to fight with a sideways market, because sideways market is bound to win most of the time. You're going to lose against a sideways market. It happened here. We saw this sideways market right over there, and then we saw a sellout. Right now we're having another sideways market, and the next move is when? Is on the first week of January. Okay, now let's talk about one thing, and before that, let's look at what this is. A spinning top. Spinning top is a candlestick pattern. The color of the candle does not matter. It can be red, it can be green, as you can look in the image. The body has to be small. The shadow has to be long on both sides. The candle suggests indecision as the spinning top forms when there's a pressure from both buyers and sellers. Both cannot take control. Now the price moves on both directions, creating the long shadows, but the open and close price are very close to each other. The candle is named after the toy spinning top, which many of us played as kids. Now there's one thing I want you to focus on. The price moves on both directions, creating the long shadows, but the open and close price are very close to each other, right? Now this is a very technical thing. Like, how did you just understand the creation of this one? It is because on the smaller time frame, when you're moving sideways, now let's say this was when did December really start? So December started back in right over here. So this is from 1st of December, and this is nearly to the end of December, right? So you have the buyers who are strong, you have the sellers who are strong and whatnot, and they're doing all this tug of war. That's what the candle is saying. Now I'm pretty much sure you're confused. So where did this candle happen? So whatever was happening in December, whatever this sideways movement was, imagine it's a whole story to print out the monthly spinning top. And then if I dive into the monthly, here it is. Here's your spinning top. And as the details say, you have long wicks, long shadows. These are long shadows, and you can see all the details here. So the upper shadow is there, the lower shadow is there. So right now, in the beginning, in December, you're doing tug of war and the buyers were winning. Right now, at the end of the December, you're doing tug of war where the sellers are winning at the moment. And then you have this pressure where a small body gets created. As the point here says, the body has to be small. Okay, so the body is indeed small, the shadows are long. And this is a doji, and especially when you make a doji on an uptrend, right? When you make a doji right here on the uptrend, then it actually indicates probably a movement to the downside. It's not definitely necessarily bearish, but in most cases it's actually going to turn out to be bearish. For example, you have this example right here, and you can see that whenever it got printed out, the market started going to the downside. If you do it on a downtrend, however, that's bullish, right? So the direction does really matter. And of course, you can look at so many examples. You have this one more example right here. When you make one, you can see that the next month actually goes down. Another one here, if you look at this, it does go down. So I'm giving you all the references out there in the world as much as I can. And of course, I think even Bitcoin has one, by the way. Bitcoin did actually print this one out. So January looks like it's a month that is about to be red. And of course, November, December has been pumping up way too much. So I do think we are going to be taking in a little bit of a rest moving on. And that's all for the video. I'm going to see you in the next one. Love.